And we are live. Hey guys, this is Ruben with Dubb. And today we've got an extremely important conversations on how to take, in fact, conversations and turn those into conversions. And this is all about relationships because Russ Johns, in fact, is the relationships expert as a podcaster, as a media mogul. Russ, let's get into this. What's the topic and what problem are we looking to solve here?
Well, Ruben, as we were talking before the show, we're really kind of moving into this dimension of relationship over just blasting out messages and pummeling people with your sales techniques. And really what we need to do is think about how we can actually attract and engage rather than chase and convince, and talk to the people, build a community around your products and services, and then allow those individuals to actually communicate your value to others. There's a few companies that are doing it rather well out there, and it's really important for us to understand that everybody has the opportunity to do it. And I think the focus needs to be content is the relationship builder that everyone needs to adopt. The enterprise, small business, anywhere. Mm-hmm. If you can take that conversation, personalize it, create some content, help people, add value, you're going to win head and shoulders above the next person in line.
Content is the glue, and if we want to stick to the C's, it would be content is the connector.
Connector for the conversation into the conversion.
There it is. So there's the 5 C's. We've mapped it out. And don't forget about community, because that's what we're ultimately building.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So you have some slides for us in this 15-minute presentation that we're going to do. I'll just kind of bring those on stage here and have you walk us through those.
Yeah, and I just want to remind people that Dubb is one of my favorite tools. It's the most important tool in my toolbox. It's allowed me to book literally hundreds of calls every year and book events and activities. And so when you're thinking about an opportunity here, you want to make sure that you have everything in line to be able to produce that communication, produce that activity, and make sure that, you're adding a little value. I always say kindness is cool. And I believe that to be 100%, just it's fact. Kindness is cool. And it's really an opportunity to actually engage in other people. And really what you're looking to accomplish is, make progress. If you talk to one person or you talk to 50 people in the course of a month, just make sure that you're adding value at every conversation and you're actually branding clarity. The message isn't confusing. That's what I love about Dubb. It's very clear. It's very concise. I can jump on, run a 5-minute or a 5-second video and relay a message very quickly, very concisely. And it's an opportunity to leverage those messages that you're putting out there. It's really super simple, and it's progress over perfection. Everybody says, well, I don't like my voice, or I don't like this or that or the other thing. It doesn't really matter. Inspire people, motivate people, react to their reactions, start a conversation. It's all about being able to be present and available and consistency. Improve your skills and your techniques and grow through your process. Surprise your connections with delivering gifts as well. One of the things that I love to offer is, like how to create a presentation just like this, or how to create a GIF that you can actually drop in a comment and, surprise somebody or personalize it. There's some, and what I suggest is search out 100 people that you want to make a connection with, follow them, make comments on their posts, their activities, and everything else, and then invite them to align with your goal. It's like, just build a community around it. It's not difficult. People make it a lot more difficult than it actually is. And then produce a couple of Dubb videos that add value. Offer them as, hey, somebody moves in next door, you don't stop and you think you might want to take a fruit basket or something. If you're in real estate, you offer cookies at an open house, it doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take it's not a requirement that you have to do a lot. It's an effort that is a little bit more than the next person. So continue the experiment and find out what, provides a reaction and a response. And then, continue to create a few Dubb videos that fit a couple of different scenarios. Include links to book a call if they're interested in doing something. Track opens and response, which is insanely easy in your Dubb platform, and respond to opens and activities and get back to people. It's really phenomenal what you can accomplish with very little effort. And one of the things that I love to do is keep testing. I'm a nerd in the herd. I love tech and I love going out there and doing things. And really it's kind of twofold. Figure out what works for you, your schedule and your activities, and then fit it into something that you can test and evaluate and reflect on. Don't make it any more difficult than that. And we can all create a set of videos about taking action, and I'm cursing over this. I'm cruising through this and I want to add value to your day. So add some links into your calls to action. Consider a newsletter so you can actually take people from your platform into your own platform, or from social media into a newsletter, or build a Dubb community where you could actually create a series of videos that offer value in whatever you're producing. Take people on a journey and even gamify it a little bit. Share others how you can help them. It's not difficult. So, and it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. Don't think I'm one and done and I just got to show up, on Monday, the first Monday of the month, and know that you're going to get business out of it. You can't build relationships if you're the only one waiting for the phone call. You have to, it goes both directions. Reach out, make these connections, adjust your schedule, and take time to connect with your favorite fans. Be there, create content that's valuable. And I think
Love that.
The recap, Ruben, is everyone needs to create content. And that's the promise that I think Dubb has offered so many people. And if you're not taking advantage of this platform, I think you need to reconsider how you're doing business right now.
Nice. That's so important. Make sure that your mic is actually unmuted on Clubhouse. You can turn the volume down too. We'll just get the audio rock solid over there. I have a couple of questions. One of the things that you said something that really resonated with me, and I'd like to articulate what you said. What Sure. You said was attract and engage, don't chase and convince. And I think that is honestly, you said that the first time we spoke, and you're saying it now, and it's sticking. I think they say it takes like 3 times for something to stick.
Mm-hmm.
And that has stuck to me. And I think what you're talking about is the idea of, maybe inbound versus outbound. Please, if you could just unmute your mic on Clubhouse and please explain what that means to us. Attract and engage, don't chase and convince. Now, a lot of people in sales are suffering from that exact problem. Okay, they're suffering from that. They are in the chase. And when you're in the chase, it's not a fun place to be in. Speak to us about that.
Well, it's the same atmosphere that you see when somebody is in scarcity mode versus abundance mode. And you see it a lot in different technologies where people are saying, I can't share my secrets because if somebody gets my secret, they're going to take it and run with it and then they'll be famous and I won't. Mm. And I think when people are in an abundance mode and they want to share, the pie gets bigger. The pie will expand to the point where everybody has a slice. Mm. And this may not necessarily be the case in patents and, some unique technology. And for the most part, you are available to, share what you know to a certain degree. And there's a lot you can share because the difference between what you can offer, Ruben, and what I can offer or somebody else down the road can offer may be very similar. And people will want to work with you versus they'll want to work with me versus they want to work with somebody else. And it's the personality that makes the difference if all things are equal. And it's the care and the value that you offer and the benefit that you provide in a unique way that makes the difference. It's that secret sauce that everybody has that you're unique, and giving things away to allow people to understand what your personality is, what you're willing to give up, how you're willing to help, what your interactions are, is priceless. And I think it's a unique gift that we all have to think about how we can deliver value in a unique way that allows people to see our real gifts.
Now, I have a question.
Yeah.
Amazing. I have a question from Devesh actually in Clubhouse. I wanted to let him chime in. Devesh, if you could give us a 60-second question, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for meeting me. And quick 30-second intro is I'm a business coach, work with 7 to 9 figure CEOs and so on and so forth. Been doing it for past 14, 15 years. What resonated with
And then Russ, if you could mute your mic for this question. Go ahead, Devesh. Devesh, would you like to ask the question? You can unmute your mic.
Oh, perfect. So I didn't have a question. I just wanted to, super agree with what Russ was saying around the pie getting bigger. Even if we broke it down to, not from the, uniqueness and universe of opportunities perspective, even if we broke it down from a very strategic tactical level that, whoever else is doing that is essentially educating your market, right? For the solutions availability. So Ruben, you have Dubb, but everybody else who's in that same market of email video communication is essentially educating the customer. And then your unique perspective, your unique angle of delivery really makes it more successful than anybody else. Nobody can take from you or get from you. They're just educating and making the pie bigger. So I just agree with it at a strategy level too. That's what I wanted to add.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with what you just said. It's amazing, actually. I mean, let's think about it from this perspective. In a global pandemic, when there's obviously so many terrible things that happen, and I don't want to discount any of those. But at the same time, what's really interesting is look at the stock markets, look at the NASDAQ, look at the New York Stock Exchange, look at what happened to them. It was pretty remarkable. So yeah, thanks for saying that, Russ. Russ, you could carry on with what you were saying.
Well, I just a couple of recaps here, Ruben.
And also, Russ, don't forget to unmute your mic in Clubhouse.
Let's get that down.
I'm the unmute Nazi right here.
Got it. Ruben, a couple of key points there, and what we're talking about is the more availability things are in the public. There are some unique values and their unique proposition that Dubb offers versus another platform that might offer some assistance in email marketing, video marketing. There's a lot of options we have out there. And the unique combination that you use in your business is the same advantage other business owners have in their business. And it's that personality, that how they deploy and how they provide. And, Nike is not like Reebok, and, everybody's different in their offering. It's still the same product family. However, just don't be afraid of adding your personality into your social media. Offer your personality and create content out there. I think is really important for people to understand, because when it all breaks down, the personality that you bring to the table and the value that you bring to the table is going to be and could be the differentiator in your future.
So good, Russ. Yeah. So what are the closing notes here as we kind of present and finalize this idea of creating content, creating connections that ultimately drive conversions?
So to recap the story, make sure that you're creating content that is valuable, as always. Make sure that you're building a community around your subject and become, through that content, an authority in the market, and make sure that you're adding value to the people that answer questions for you and through you. And then also make sure that you're available at some point in time. I know we all live busy lives, and sometimes social media is an extra thing we feel like we have to have. However, it's no different than picking up the phone and calling a friend and saying happy birthday, or, just sending them a text message and saying, hey, I was just thinking about you. I wanted to reconnect. It's just like our relationship, Ruben. We can go weeks or months without talking, and then we get together and have a conversation like this, and it's meaningful, it's important, and it's something that you can do that sets you aside and apart from everyone else.
Amazing. And to close it out, where can folks learn more about you? Website?
Well, I'm available every morning at 7 a.m. Arizona time on the Pirate Broadcast. I'd love to have you search the Pirate Broadcast. You can track me down at Russ Johns. I'm on all the socials, and in Clubhouse, you can snag me over at LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and russjohns.com.
russjohns.com. Thanks so much, Russ. I'll take questions now.